Robinson, our civilian roll call by Mr. Michael Dean.
We're at Columbus, New Mexico for the 100th commemoration anniversary of the Villa attack on Columbus. We're going to have a roll call of those Americans who died.
Columbus Historical Society and Richard Dean for inviting me to come down from Albuquerque and participate in this. This is the third time I've been here. The first time was 25 years ago, and the next one was my great-grandfather, George Dodd, served under General Pershing on the punitive expedition that took place here from Columbus.
They're going to read the names of all the Americans who were killed in defense of Columbus.
In the military who were killed 100 years ago. Sergeant Mark A. Dodd. Sergeant John Niedergeld. Corporal Paul Simon. Corporal Harry Wiswell. Private Frank T. Kinval. Private Fred A. Griffin. Private Thomas F. Butler. Private Jesse P. Taylor. Thank you.
John J. Moore. Dr. Harry Hart.
Present.
William T. Ritchie.
Present.
W. A. Davidson.
Present.
Charles C. Miller.
Here.
Bessie James.
Here.
Charles B. Miller.
Here.
John W. Walker.
Here.
And my great-great-grandfather, James T. Dean.
Here.
In memoriam, we now have a laying of the wreath. In closing, I'd just like to once again thank Ms. Helen Patton. Helen traveled from Reims, France to be with us. We thank her for that. Some names of mention, I'd like to recognize Senator John Arthur Smith. Thank you, Senator Smith. Representative Donna Irwin, thank you. A special thanks to John Meridian, Luna County Sheriff's Department. They're always ready and willing to help us. And a special thank you to Marty Miller, the Luna County Roads Department. Once again, many times these people are working in the background and working hard for us, and we appreciate everything they do for us. We do have a new video by Dr. Williams. That CD is going to be premiered over at the Sanchez Center, which is just north of us across the tracks. And we'll get started over there. That schedule is going to be a little loose, so we'll give people a chance to go over there. There is a walking tour that has been put together that takes you through the battle and the locations within the village. It's very, very interesting, well worth your time. We also have a presentation of the Wilson brothers. Alfred Wilson and his brother Harold were here in 1916, about May, after the raid. And it's a wonderful story. Alfred was an incredible young man, excited, and his journal is actually presented in the presentation. It takes about a half hour. And it's wonderful to hear his language and how he writes in 1916. Family members will be also at the Sanchez Center if you'd like to go over and meet some of them and some of our dignitaries. And we do have lunch available. There's a lunch wagon on your own. So at this time, once again, thank you so much for joining us and making our 100th anniversary just very, very memorable. Thank you.
Let's stand at the ceremony, folks. Just have one more thing to show you. What'd you think, Bernie?
It was a great presentation.
Bernie Sargent, El Paso County Historical Commission.
Yeah, I thought it was a great presentation. Well worth the drive from El Paso, and the intermingling of the history between the two communities, the military, is greatly appreciated and very well respected by all of us. And we thank everybody for being out here today.
Melissa Sargent, host of the El Paso History Show on Saturday mornings.
I think it was a great, great ceremony. Very moving. Very, very interesting to hear from the actual family members of General Patton, who was here as a young man, ready to go to war, like they said, carrying his 6-shooters. And then also you had Pershing's great-granddaughter who wrote it. She couldn't be here, unfortunately, but read a wonderful letter. And then the poem that Patton, I thought was really interesting, that the granddaughter of Patton, General Patton, read.
He was a poet.
Oh, how fantastic. I loved it. It was a great event.
Very nice. And Patricia Kidney, head of the Concordia Heritage Association, also County Historical Commission.
This is always such a somber event. It's very important for us to realize these were civilians and military people just here doing their job, and they were here at the wrong time. I think our connection here is that one of those victims, W.A. Davidson, is buried in Concordia.
We found his grave.
We found his grave, and we'll be placing a headstone for him in the next month. And I'm also very impressed over how this was the beginning of the National Guard, in which Harry Davidson was a member of Company K, Texas National Guard. It's always good to be here to help celebrate.
Yeah. Thank you. Back here we have pictures of all the people who were killed in the raid. Here. Fell down there. This is our guy, W.A. Davidson, buried in Concordia Cemetery. He owned a tattoo parlor. He may have been the first one killed in the raid. Thanks for joining us, folks, and this has been very informative for you. Bye-bye.